guys, we're back. Sorry about that. I was resetting the live because we weren't really getting anybody. I mean, we would have one person who would come in but not say anything, which was weird. So, we're back. But if anyone on here is new, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber who's been here before or a mod, welcome back. Right now, all I'm doing is I'm just chilling out in my bedroom right now. I'm also trying to recover from a stupid migraine right now. So, yeah, so I'm also kind of not really feeling the best too. But I'm still kind of showing up for you guys a little bit the best I can. But anyway, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel for updates. So the like button's up here, y'all, but also the subscribe button is down here, and also hit the notification bell. So you be sure to set your notification bell settings to all notifications, so you get every single update from here. Because only the ones who were subscribed will only be the ones that get alerted with updates like live streams, content, more. Hang on. But yeah. Hang on. Sorry, you guys, I'm back. But yeah, like I was saying, only the amount of people who are subscribed are the only ones that get updates. Nobody outside of the stream, unless if they subscribe, will get all of those notifications by me. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, but we're just hanging out right now though, y'all. So, also though, y'all, feel free to ask questions in here. You know, it's a positivity free zone here, so feel free to ask whatever. Hey Mel, how are you doing? Okay, good. Now this chat's making me actually working. How are you doing, Mel? It's been a minute. I had to reset the live because we had one person here, but they were nines anything. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna reset because that's how we do it here. But anyway, hang on, y'all. Hang on. Mel, thank you so much. I very appreciate it. Let me say this, y'all. It's rarely that y'all see it down frequently, just because it excuse me, everyone's tapped up. Y'all, I'm one of those people where I don't always like it down 24/7 because it makes me crazy. Like it does make me nuts. But it's just the fact it gets in my face a lot, like it would. And so that's why usually for like half of my live streams, y'all, and videos and stuff like that, that's why I'll see it up 24/7. Is because it drives me insane. But I have been in the process for quite a while of growing it out pretty well. Just to really grow it out for real and just see how I like it. because I have told a lot of my friends this before. I'm like, hey y'all, I'm actually gonna grow my hair, but then months down the road, I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, change of plans. I'm chopping it off short length because it's driving me crazy, and sometimes it's hard to manage, but it's good to try something new, especially after a long time. Um, yeah, I've got some sensory issues as well. Um, like for example, I'll kind of throw out a few. Like for example, my sensory issues are like I don't like a lot of foods and textures and the way I see stuff and the way things fit me. Like just anything from taste to fit or just anything like that drives me nuts. But that's just what my brain does to me. Um, like an example of like wearing, like let's say, okay, here's an example. Let's say though, not from the food side, but normally in general. Let's say if I was at like, let's let's say let's say any okay, let's just say I'm at a clothing store of some type in general, right? And I am just looking at the clothes just in general. The thing about me when it comes to clothes is I like a little bit of loose clothing. I don't like fitted clothing where it's like stuck tight to you. Like I don't like it because it sucks you in, especially for me being a smidge thick. Um, but um, I'm just one of those where I love it loose, like a good loose where it's not like touching me at all. And then, for example, let's say, I'm buying like tennis shoes or any kind of shoe. It cannot be a shoe that lifts. Like, it doesn't lift like a lot. Like, it can lift a little bit, but not like extreme. So, flip flops, high heels, when I go to buy anything like that, I make sure when I try it on that the lifting is not too much, but it's not like, it's somewhat solid to where it's kind of stable. Because I feel like if I were to wear something that much, I feel like I'd slip. And then with tennis shoes, again, it's the same method. They're I do not like shoes that like have a weird lifting when walking. I just like it to stay in place and not move. Because that's the point of shoes. And so, trust me, that's my sensory side. Is and even that goes with pants, shorts as well. I like it tight, not like loose, but like a good medium tight. Not not tight to where my stomach hurts, but a good tight where it just sits like normal and all that. And so, and then also that goes the same with glasses, like these, for example. Um, I make when I go to try different pairs of glasses on, I try to make sure they don't feel too narrow or too tight on my face, but they sit normal and all that. Um, but then also when I do go to like at the end try them on, make sure they don't try to fall off. But luckily, they can actually adjust them and bend them to where the hook end of the legs can actually kind of bend so they don't try to fall off. And so, yeah. And then also, for example, I don't like when my bangs are past my eyebrow. Like, this is a current example of that. Because look, one's past, and this is past too. And also really thick right now too. But they're due for a trim though in a couple days. Um, so And also, I am actually retouching up my other my hair color I had that y'all saw around 4th of July week as well, really soon, like in a couple days. Um, that, yes, I'm very excited, and plus Ada gets to re-see all of this, because you can only see a little bit of it, but not all of it, because a lot of it's faded quickly, because it's like a 7 to 8 week period that it fades off like crazy. But yeah, so um yeah, anyway, um just I'll tell you that. um but yeah, so um yeah, and then also example two is let's say with like rings, for example. I don't like rings that are like extremely loose, but also like I don't like rings like if I were to try it on. I don't like it when I feel like it's gonna fall off. You know, I like it a decent snug, like a good medium snug, to where it's stuck, like it sticks in place and it doesn't move as well. Um, but um, hang on. But yeah, that's just me to list a few of them, by the way. So, like I said, I don't blame you. Let me get up for a minute. God, see. But like I said, I don't blame you, Al. I'm on that same page with most, but just a few. But it's just a few of them. Oh, and also, I will say the sensory as well. Let's say, hang on. I'm gonna put you guys right here. But let's say hang on, I'm gonna tie back for just a minute. For just a minute, though. See, this is what you'll see me as. But basically, another example is, let's say I'm going to the dentist for like an annual checkup, and I am going, and let's say they have me do x-rays like normal, right? Well, y'all, because there's x-rays in some offices where you stand and do it, but then there's some that you sit in your chair and do it. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna tell you guys this part. So with me, whenever I do x-rays in the chair, like just in my chair in my room there, everybody knows when you do those, there's like little, like decent medium size, like little bite tags that you have to bite onto on the side just to stay in place. Y'all, I have severe gag reflex. Like I gag like crazy whenever whenever they try to get him in. Oof. Y'all, let's just say that part of me is ugly, okay? Like a lot of times, like, but also that does the same. That also goes for the same thing too. Like if I'm getting blood work, I don't always like the poking sensation of it when it's in my arm or IVs. Anything too pokey drives me nuts. And so a lot of times, kind of what I've done for it is I would grab some kind of like little like squishy of some sort that I have on me at the time to help, because I mean, y'all, I've found that helps with me whenever I'm getting blood work or x-rays at my disappointments, or if I'm getting blood work or a shot done and I need something to distract myself to not think about it. It's helpful that way because A, it helps the nerves slow down. 2, I am less likely to have it happen as much as it would. And y'all, I'm 20, telling you guys this too. So if you're in that spot, just know I have some of those things too. But yeah, I mean, y'all, at the dentist though, like, y'all, I have tears that come in my eyes a bunch when that happens. So it's ugly. It's an ugly sight to look at. I mean, because it's just, my brain just does a whole lot from it. But yeah, a lot of times I just do is just squeeze. Like I said, like a squishy of some sort or something that's sturdy enough. And it helps kind of just slow that down, and it kind of gives my brain a distraction in that moment. And so, yeah. Anywho, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so it's just one of those things, y'all, when you deal with sensory stuff like that, you know, it's crazy. But we all can't control it. It's just what our own bodies do and handle things. We all don't handle all things the same way. Like, there's a few of us here that are different, like myself and Mel, as an example, too. So, and even he's hearing the rest of the examples, too, from my end. So he also hears that I'm in that same space. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna loosen this just a little bit. But yeah, you guys, like I told you guys a few minutes ago, yeah, I'm on day 2 of this migraine. It's kind of dumb, but I already took an Excedrin a few minutes ago. Like not that long ago. So that should continue to kick in its system. And I mean, a lot of us know how that goes when a migraine can just come out of nowhere. But also, I started attacking. Let me get my charger really quick as well. Give me a second now. But yeah, so let's just hold you guys up. But yeah, I mean, y'all, like I will say the updates again through here, just to give you guys an update on AJ. For all of you that are wondering, he's doing good. We're only like 4.5 days left until he's officially out here next, which is Saturday. Get ready! I'm so pumped for that. That's a good question, Mel. I'll tell you this. I do like coffee, but let me tell you, the funniest part is what's funny was it would be mostly every day I would get up, make my coffee each morning, but now, I'll tell you, nowadays, it's crazy how I've kind of stopped that for some reason. Just for some reason out of nowhere. Like, it's not like something like, okay, now I'm disliking it. But I do like teas. I like sweet tea. I'll put that up there on the list, y'all, because it's really good. And so, yeah, I think that's like impressive myself. I'll say that. That's a really good question to put up there, for sure. But yeah, you guys, we see each other on Saturday, and I just got word earlier today that we're picking him up around like noon. Yes, we'll be getting him around like around 12 that day. And so I'm very excited for all this. Yeah, sweet tea in general is really good. Um, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty good. There's also different brands too of it. Like the brand I always have on me is called Gold Peak. It's really good. But there's so many brands of it too. Um, but yeah, basically Gold Peak is one of the brands I mainly of sweet tea that I drink. But I do there's another brand too that I drink occasionally, but it's not really often. But it's mainly Gold Peak all the way. Um, but anywho, hey Paula, how are you doing? But yeah. Just trying to do this work right now. Anywho. But yeah, I can't wait to see my boyfriend coming up. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah. So, hold on to this while we deal with a lot of it. Yes, Mel, I actually am planning on doing at least a couple of streams with him when he's out here. And so, yeah, so you guys will still get to see him on live, and y'all can ask questions to the both of us through there, just like y'all did when he was out here in August. But yeah. And for some of you that are asking, what are we doing while he's out here? Well, for a fact, on Sunday, me and him are going to church for his second time, which I'm pumped about. And then that same day, but it's at like 6 p.m. me and Paula's time zone. He and I are going to be going to my church's Thanksgiving celebration from like 6 to 8, which again I'm also very excited about. So when it was like, I think yesterday, when me and him were on the phone last night, he showed me his outfit options he's bringing for both of those. And so what I did when he and I were on the call was I basically I put out like 3 options that went along with both outfits so we can coordinate outfits together. And so he helped me out pick both outfits, so one's for church, one's for that event for the evening. And he did really well with option picking. I will just say that. But yeah, he did so well with it. Anyway, I can't wait though, honestly. And then we're also probably just gonna get to relax and hang out and just kind of go from there. Because, and also kind of the other plans too is when we get back from church, hopefully anywhere in between noon to hopefully 2, maybe anywhere in that 2-hour window. I can look over, just kind of read over my Bible study guide that I have for my Bible study group I'm in on Sundays that I go to. And so I'm thankful we got books that we luckily are able to look over too. So I will be getting caught up as well. Or if I don't get the time to look at it Sunday, I'll look at it Monday. You know, it very just depends. Because yeah, you know, it's good to get caught up the best you can. But yeah, it's really good to get caught up to the best you can with stuff like that. But yeah. So, this marker is killing me. But that's fine. Yeah. So, that's just kind of what's up and all that. Yeah. Yes, Mel, let me actually give you an update with her now. Actually, she now goes live on Saturdays now. She is no longer doing live streams on Fridays anymore. Just to kind of give stuff out, but then also I kind of will update you, with some newer, just rule updates from her end. So with her live stream, she now will no longer take song requests that require going to YouTube, just because there's been a couple of chaos moments of like finding songs and stuff like that with a couple people, you know, just better playing it safe. So she'll be only able to take song requests that require going to Spotify. So yeah, but then of course there's just the normal rules, like, you know, you go by your name order when you first get in there, which that's not changed for a little while. And then what was that one I was just thinking? Oh, and then also in the beginning of the live stream, she'll do her pre-party, like her beginning party, like kind of like her driving to kick off the live, and then requests will start, and then of course do the after party like any other. And so yeah, that's just some updates with her streams, which I've been on most streams. But yeah, so yeah, she's been doing pretty good. It's just, you know, we do the exact same funds. But yeah, everything's been going pretty well there and all that stuff. Yeah, so for example, I'm still on there about weekly. Raymond is occasionally when he's able to. And pretty much half everyone else is there when they're able to as well. But yeah, it's been going really well for her, though. It's definitely a fun one. But of course, occasionally, not often, she does have to put up with a dummy in there. But other than that, it's been really good, though. I think she had to put up, with maybe, one person, I think last week. Well, actually, this past week. But that's, I think, it, which is pretty good. But yeah, she's been doing well, though, which is a good thing. Because, you know, if you're not, then that's an issue right there. But yeah, so hang on, just grabbing something from my pencil case really quick. So give me just a moment. There we go. And anyway, there we go. Anywho, but yeah, I'm just chilling now. Lord. Y'all, it's only 9:56 over here right now, so we're just relaxing, which is a nice thing to do. I'll just say that right there. It's good to basically relax when you can, because, and I mean, no, that's a recommendation. We all need to relax at some point when we get that chance to, before it ends up not always having the right time to. Like, for me, I'm able to relax a good bit, besides like times I'm having to do things that are needed, but it's really only for like maybe the first, maybe a little bit. It's not really that long, though, like maybe an hour of the day, but that's really about it, except for the weekends, because who wants to do stuff on the weekend? Not me. But yeah, and even thankfully, next week I won't really have to worry about that next week, really, because AJ will be out here, and I'm not trying to do stuff when he's here, especially not break a sweat like that. That's just helpful, because really all I should be worrying about is being thankful he's with me, and he and I can actually spend time together one-on-one and just get caught up and stuff like that, like couples do. But yeah, like I said, I'm very excited for it, and thanks. But yeah, so that's really it. But yeah, like I said, we pick him up around like 12. That's this Saturday to get him. And so, yeah. So I'm very excited, because we're getting really close. So even this week, I have slowly in here been, I have slowly been getting some things in here ready to go. So like my outfits for Sunday to go, just a little, and also just this room to look nice and good, and all that stuff. Just the little things like that. Hang on. Do you think you're ready? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, it's a 50-50, because, for reference, y'all, I'm 20, he's 19. Honestly, I would hope in like a few years, hopefully, by the time he hits like the 20s. Because, feels crazy if you're doing it right around then. But still. I mean, I feel like I would in a couple years, but that's really just to answer that's just my perspective of it. Because, I don't even have a job yet. Like, I've tried to do jobs since I was 16, but y'all know how management can be sometimes. Even if you are submitting correct information, and management's looking for the one person, but you might actually be the one person that they're missing the opportunity to see on. And so I've been doing Texas workforce to try to get there, because for anyone with special needs like myself, but also really people who have learning disabilities, they do really well with people with intellectual learning disabilities like myself and my boyfriend, because they will be patient with us and they'll help us get to that point. and they'll help communicate with employees who work for that company that maybe you want to work with, or maybe they think you might do well in, and they kind of get to know you a little bit, and they'll let them know some stuff about you, like, hey, just so you know, this person here has this disability. They don't have the speed, they don't learn that quickly as y'all do. So please be sure you are being patient with him or her, because they don't like being rushed, or they feel stressed when they're trying to get to, information like that. And so, um, yeah, I'm glad I've done that for a little bit now. Actually, because y'all, technically, I started around like 19. Like, I was 19 when I started all of it. And y'all, I'm thankful I did. Like, I'm thankful after the last ever interview I did for another place before I started it. I'm glad I did start it after that, because y'all, I feel like I am less stressed, but also it feels like I'm actually getting the help that I should have gotten years ago. you know? But I mean, y'all, I'm the person, but really, I'm that kind of person who tries other things first before going to the last and main option. I like to try things out, see if anything works, and if it doesn't, go with the next step and see if it works. And not just, okay, rush it, because what if you get into something that's not job related, but like, let's say you're at like an appointment and you hear something that from your doctor that they're saying, hey, maybe this might work. Let's say you go for it and it doesn't do anything. You know, that's why I'm like, okay, let me try a few other options first before I be like, okay, I'm gonna try it. Just do it. Because, like for me, jobs, ever since I was 16, I applied, filled in what you're supposed to, and just try to wait. I mean, y'all, my first ever interview was at 18, but let's just say I only went through the interviewing process twice. But of course, management does not get back to me. And then at 19, which was last year, like summer, I think it was summer or late fall of last year, that I went for it again. And of course, it did it twice on me, like it did since I was 16. So, like I said, I'm glad I'm getting help at this point, because after the second one, I was devastated, because I was really hoping a miracle was going to happen, or at least something was going to happen at the time, because, at 16, you should be getting the job by now, but, that's what your brain does. And so, I'm very thankful that Texas Workforce has helped me out quite a bit to put me on the right steps into helping me kind of think about where I might want to be, and then try it out. And let's say if the job I go with through them doesn't work out, I can come back to them and they can re-evaluate. Okay, what can we do to correct a lot of this, just so it goes smoother for next, it's helpful that way. And so, and also, y'all, my boyfriend's doing it too. He actually starts more of it up in, I think it's February, he told me. Like, sometime in February, he goes in for his first meeting with them, so they all, and basically how that works is your counselor who you get selected for, you and that person will go into a meeting, and also like a parent can come with too, and y'all all talk about your plan. So like the best way to start off and kind of talk about what Texas Workforce mainly does so that way you know, okay. And then, of course, make sure you do bring in like all your basic things like your IEPs from the school year, things like that. So that way they kind of see it and go, okay, this is what they did year 3, year whatever. So they can go, okay, this is what this person here learned those years and kind of just see where I fall. And then you just keep going from there up till you get to the very end of it. And then you go for it. Take a shot at it. And so, yeah, I'm glad honestly, I'm glad that they have therapy like that. Like, I'm glad they have counseling for that. Because, us, like, us adults here with learning disabilities, or even us teens with learning disabilities, it's difficult to get a job anywhere. And especially for us, because, a lot of the times, some people will look at us well and go, okay, we'll put you in. But there's places that they're just gonna be like, okay, we're not putting somebody with this disability to work here. It's not, they're just gonna try to do stuff like that. But, yeah. Exactly, Mel. And that's why Texas Workforce is pretty good about talking with me. And, like, for example, my counselor who I'm with, he helps me out and talks with me and kind of go over ideas that I like in jobs. Like, let's say if I like stuff that maybe I can like into a job with that category, and just see if I like it. But also, just kind of get a sense where I'm at. And also, it's just helpful. And then you also do assessments, so you kind of get an idea of, okay, you're good at doing this in a job, you're not really your best at doing this, so that way you know, okay, don't pick a job that has this requirement, so you pick the right job with the right requirements. So let's say you can only lift like maybe 10 pounds of something. You look at that and be like, okay, do we lift 10 pounds in this job description? Okay, go forward. Like, y'all, I remember one of my assessments, we went to a grocery store in my area, because another thing is too, you pick a list of different agencies that work with Texas Workforce, and you and that agency worker will go to a couple places and do stuff like tasks and kind of get an idea of what that job description, job title that you like does, to see if would that be a fit you'd want to do or look into, and talk about it. And so for me, I went into a store called Brookshire's, which is like, think about it like Kroger. Like, it's kind of like Kroger and Walmart a little bit. It's basically like if you mix Kroger and Walmart together, that's kind of what it's like. But it's a grocery store like any other store, or Sam's Club. You can mix it into all three. And so, yeah. So what I did there was organize a few shelves and lift different pounds of something, just to see how I would do. Yo, I think for me, when I got to either I think up to, I want to believe 15, 20 pounds. Yeah. Yep. I cannot lift any higher than like maybe 15 to 20 or 25. Yeah. And I don't lift. I'm not a weightlifter. Like, I don't weightlift. I don't really work out like that. And so, Plus, it was helpful that way. So, you don't try to pick a job within the category of that. Um, but yeah. I mean, Mel, first of all, I've said it before. If you are not funny of some sort, like if you don't have a funny personality, or if you don't bring a whole lot of like crazy little sparks in between things, who the heck are you? Because that will say to somebody that you are just boring looking, and you need a little bit of fun in your personality, not just okay, boring adult typical in here. You know, like for example, um, one of my friends named Asia. She's like my best friend from high school. Um, she and me have the exact same energy. Like her and I both are really funny together. And y'all, we're one of those friends where if one of us falls or if we bang into something, just automatically, we will start laughing at ourselves, but really at each other. Just because that's just what best friends do. But yeah, we literally just do it because we're crazy like that. Um, but yeah. So, hang on, I need to. Hang on, I'm just fixing something. Oh, yeah, so give me just a minute. Sorry, I was trimming something, but. But yeah, so just what you have to do though. Yeah, it's 10:12 right now. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, easy. But yeah, she's a really good friend now. And like I said too, you want to have really good friends like that, because if you don't, that's a problem right there. Like that's really an issue to deal with. But honestly, I am thankful for all the friends I have, but also that I've met over the years, especially as an adult. You know, it's really good to continue with all the friends coming. But yeah, my God, these bangs. But yeah, also in the next couple days, I will be re-dyeing this hair back to my old dark violet I had, which y'all saw what that looked like around July. But again, I'll show you a repick just to give you guys a reference photo if y'all forgot that timeline. So, oh my gosh, excuse me, I'm just trying to re-grab it. Hang on. Let me pull it up so you can see. Oh, this migraine sucks. Honestly. Let me. But this is what it looks like, y'all, for those of you wondering. So, and this is just in different lighting perspectives, by the way. Like in darker, like dimmer lighting perspectives, it was more red, and brighter-ish lighting, it was more pink, and then kind of similar lighting, like in natural lighting, it was more like it actually showed purple. So it's like, it's kind of like a 3-in-1 kind of thing. But yeah, we'll give it a few minutes. But yeah. So, and honestly, y'all, honestly, that hair color I just showed you guys, that's what some of this in here is, not all of it, because it's all faded. But in a couple days, when I have my mom go to retouch it up all the way, then we'll look back to what that was. And so, which I'm excited because AJ gets to see this when we look back to what it looked like in July. Like, actually back to what it looked like in 4th of July. Like, you know, I'll give you guys an example around what I'm talking about of us two around 4th of July timeline. Let's see. Like, here's an example. Y'all can see, here we go. This is another example of it. So y'all can see in that lighting, it's more like red looking. That's because it's a slight dimmer. But that's what I'm saying. I actually like it because it's cute. And then I'm gonna show you another one. Then you can see in that one it's more like pink, like hot pink in spots as well, because of, again, the line perspective I'm in, which again, we're so cute. But yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna stand up for a minute. But yeah, honestly, if I think about this, out of the previous hair colors I've dyed it, because when I first started out dyeing my hair, I dyed it like a dark brown at first when I was a freshman. Well, technically it was like, I was technically still an 8th grader, but I was almost a freshman, like around COVID timeline. Then, after I think a couple years after that, or a year after that, I dyed it auburn. I actually dyed it auburn twice. Like, I think the first one was more like a medium auburn, and then the second time was more of like an actual darker tint auburn, like more copper, kind of like, which is really cool. And then, after a while, to about like July 1st of this year, I went and dyed it violet, which aka y'all purple as well, which that was the first time I dyed it a different, and like I said, I went with the dark hue still, so trust me there. And y'all, let me say this, I actually look good. For some reason, I feel like I look way, like, for some reason I feel like I look better with my hair darker than lighter, because aka y'all, I was blonde, like actually blonde when I was a kid, but then as I aged, it was more of like a dirty brown. I really call it a dirty brown than a blonde, honestly, because that's just really what I saw it as. But yeah, so that's kind of what some of this is, but not all of it. But and like I said, I'm glad I've dyed it so much darker, because it's just, y'all, it's kind of cool to see different sides of different hair colors, just to see if something, let's say if you dye it and you like it and you want to continue doing it, you could, because different hair colors can complement anyone really well. Like, if you want to go dark, go dark. If you want to go light, go light. It does not matter. Like, like I said, I was blonde, like actual blonde. Then when I was getting more older, it was more like this big, like child years, it was dirty blonde. But then as I was in my teens, it was more like dirty brown, like a light dirty brown tone and stuff like that through when I was an 8th grader. But yeah, and like I said, I love it, and I'm glad I went the dark route a bunch because it compliments me a ton. But also, it kind of pops out my age really well, you know. But yeah. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Anyway, hang on. Let me see. I might try to find something real quick. Also, give me a minute. I'm just trying to see in one of my books if I can really tell. So I can maybe show you guys what it looks like. Okay. But sorry, right now I'm just picking through my 8th grade yearbook just to see if it was around like the time in photos wise. But for fun here, look, I'll show you something for fun real quick while I'm looking through all this. So this was me over here. Oh, focus. But right there. When I was in choir. Yeah, a lot of you don't know this, but I was in choir 6th, 7th, and yeah, I think I want to think all 3 years. I need to remember. I think it was all 3 years. But yeah. So that was me. I'm gonna continue to keep looking. Real quick, I'm just getting started. Crazy. Oh my this is another fun page of me too. And I'll show you another fun page too while I'm just looking again. So this was, I told you guys this story background, but this was how my color guard crazy journey happened. Was all of the girls came to my middle school around this timeline, and that's how I got into it. And look, here's a pic of me doing one of the skills I was trying to learn. Let's see, I think there's another page to get into it, but let me look real quick. But yeah, actually, yeah, that's the only page of me that it showed. But it was really cool as well. Here we go, now we're going into people. Hang on, now we're at the 7th grade side. Hang on. Oh, this is me. Okay, no, actually, this is my 7th grade yearbook. Actually, I'm showing you guys. Wow. Yeah, that was 7th grade me, but dang, it was crazy. Dang, that's wild. Hang on, let me find it. But, hang on, I'll be right back, y'all. I'm showing you guys my 7th grade. But yeah, like I told you guys, all of the color guard girls came to my middle school when I was in 7th grade. It was really cool, not gonna lie. And that's kind of when I got into it. When I was I tried out as a freshman but didn't make it, but then bought a flag silk and built it and practiced for months until tryouts, and then I actually made it without auditions because of COVID. So I was able to do it for that good few months, which was awesome. But I'll be back, y'all. Keep looking for it while we kind of are looking through the chat every so often. Yeah, they are really good memories to have for sure. But it was really good seeing you on here now. Um, let's see. So crazy, like all these employees. That was years ago. Let's see here. Oh, we have 2 people. Oh, who else just came in this job? I'm looking through something really quick. Hey there. Oh my gosh, SpongeBoy, welcome back. How are you doing? It's been a minute. Sorry, I'm just looking through signs so I can show you guys something. Hang on, give me just a moment. Hopefully you're doing well. It's been a minute. Hang on. Just trying to check something real quick. Anyway, let's see here. Give me just a moment. Hang on, just trying to find something for you guys to see. You're going around my ear. I think this way. Oh, I'm up here. Okay, this is like screaming. Okay. And God, Leo. Hey, you guys, I've been trying to check something. So I'm gonna check that real quick. Oh, that's cool. And also, yeah, SpongeBoy, I'll tell you, I was in the same hate too for a little while, but then finally it slowed down quite a bit. Thank goodness, because, like I said, I have dealt with the exact same similar hate too, but with my side of stuff. So I totally get it. Hang on, I'm gonna put this in here real quick. But, Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, I was doing something. Okay, so where I was at. Alright, cool. Sponge Boy, I'm glad that you came on. And hopefully the rest of your night goes well. Sorry, y'all, I cannot currently find. I don't know. I think I had my yearbook from 8th grade, but I need to check in other drawers to make sure I didn't put it in there or something. Because, that can't happen. So I'm gonna check there first. I mean, next. I wonder if it's here. I'll be right back, y'all. Hey you guys, I'm back. Sorry, I was trying to check for something. Sorry, it's gonna be all loud too in between, but yeah. Anyway, though, yo, I've kind of been on here for a little while, but I think, honestly, yo, I'm gonna get off live and probably come back on, honestly, I might come back on Thursday next, but I'll see you guys then.